What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a recap of the SWV and Xscape reality show, honey. Okay, this is for season 1, episode 2. The episode picks up where it left off last time. You got Tocha and TAMIKA's narcissistic mother telling the cameras to get up out of her house. Now they are outside. I remember the mother saying to TAMIKA, "How dare you bring that up?" And she's referring to Tocha and Rocky stealing TAMIKA's $30,000. Tocha is denying it, but everything about Tasha's body language proves otherwise. I believe they did it. Okay? And that's why the mother felt the need to tell the cameras to leave. You know? So, ciao, bye. We hear TAMIKA pleading with her mother. I've been dealing with this my whole life. I'm tired. And basically, she's saying that because she feels like her mother is always taking Tasha's side over hers. TAMIKA, you really should just cut your mother off. I know you and a lot of people don't want to hear that, but if that lady is bringing this type of drama, chaos, and confusion to your life, if she can't hold your sister accountable for her bad behavior, okay, because I told y'all everything about Tocha and Rocky's marriage, it just seems fake. It seems like she's paying him to be with her. I don't get no love from them. He was all in the confessional, acting like Diddy, like whispering all in her ear in her confessional, making it about him, okay, which I keep trying to tell y'all, that's what a lot of narcissistic personalities do. They like to overshadow their wife or their girlfriend, and that's what he did, like in that scene. And to me, it's like, oh, you really shouldn't have did that, Rocky, because the people really go drag you now. But yeah, I felt bad for TAMIKA. Her daughter was there, Ocean, trying to comfort her. She ended up getting in the car and driving away. I think she told her mother, "I will never come back over here." And you really need to mean that, TAMIKA, because this lady who happens, because I said this to my mother one time, I said, "You are a woman that just so happens to be my mother." That's how you got to see these people that have this toxic, narcissistic behavior where they invalidate your feelings, make you question and doubt yourself, which is gaslighting you. That's what the mother did the whole time. And it doesn't matter about the topic, okay? It could have been a smaller topic than this. That lady gaslights TAMIKA all the time. I could just tell. So it's just very unhealthy for you, TAMIKA, and your daughters. Okay, you are doing yourself a disservice by keeping this lady in your life that only wants to believe what? Your sister? And she's probably running her life too like a puppet. Okay, so I would be done with that mother. So the producer asked TAMIKA in her confessional, "Well, did your mother not want this on camera? Is that why she was telling us to cut the cameras off?" And TAMIKA said, yes, she doesn't want anybody to see her precious daughter in the wrong light. She doesn't want people to know that her daughter would do this to her sister. Okay? We see LELE, cooking in the kitchen with her sister. I love that hair color on LELE. We see Taj fooling around with some stuff. We also see Taj, because SWV, they just got back from Africa, so they are like visiting with their family. We see Taj, her son, and her husband, and Taj is just like I need to be there for my son. This is his senior year, and I get it. High school is a big deal, honey, to these children. Okay, and it's a big deal for you because you get to help them get ready for prom and, just all the all the things that comes along, with your child being in high school. We also see Coco and her son and her mother, and they all get together. Coco is coming home from Africa, and she greets them and asks them, did they miss her? They said yes. Her son, I love Coco's son. He looks just like her. He can sing like her, honey. I love when they sing together. I believe he sang with her on the verses. So, they showed them together, and it was a, really nice scene. I guess the boy went from wanting to be a dentist to now he wants to sing like his mother. And I think Coco has some issues with that. She mentioned her other son, Jazz, what is his name? Lil Tracy or whatever. I guess he's really popular and, he's making money and, got his own following. So good for him. I also believe Coco said something about her mother, and I guess the mother has a boyfriend, and Coco was like, was y'all getting it on? And, the mother had to shut all of that down. And I didn't know her mother's song background for Luther Vandross. I guess she was like a session singer. And I believe this is before Luther Vandross got big. No pun intended, like a big star, big celebrity. Okay. And I love you, Luther Vandross, honey. Okay. My mother kept him on repeat. So we at the candy factory. We see Kandi. Kandi is complaining about the food, honey. She says she don't do the charcuterie boards, honey. Okay. Kandi started eating them chicken wings. I was like, see, I know Kandi and her food, honey. Okay. Don't talk about my man, my money, my mama, or my food. Okay. So Tiny stops by the factory. I love Candy's hair and her little jogger outfit she had on. She said to Kandi, you always eating. I know that's right. TAMIKA joins them and she has this tight dress on. I love the colors. It was so pretty. So Kandi asks where Tocha was at. TAMIKA began saying that me and Tocha got into it last night at my mom's house, and that's probably, why she didn't show up today. And, Tiny is just like, well, what happened? Break it down. TAMIKA said that she brought up the incident where Tocha and Rocky stole her money, her $30,000. And then Kandi was like, oh, child, this is not good. TAMIKA says she didn't mean to take the situation there, bringing up the money, but she felt like the mother and Tocha kept poking at her. She's sick of her mother always defending Tocha. Kandi and Tiny admitted that throughout the years of all of them being in Xscape, TAMIKA would follow Tocha blindly, just because she was her sister. So, they are proud that TAMIKA is finally standing up for herself. It's a long time coming, TAMIKA, but honey, Miss Robinson is on your side. And I love TAMIKA. She actually sings the lead in one of my favorite Xscape songs, Who Can I Run To? I didn't know most of those vocals was her and Tocha, but I love TAMIKA's voice. She has a beautiful voice. TAMIKA mentioned that she had told her mother about the situation, about the money, and the mother said to her that you don't know what Tocha was going through at that time for her to take that money. Wrong response, ma'am. Okay? She don't need to take things that don't belong to her and give it to her fake raggedy husband, honey. Okay? No, ma'am. To add insult to injury, TAMIKA was pregnant at that time and really needed the money. Now, Kandi went on her speak on it to address all of this. She also addressed Tocha going solo, because that's what happened in this episode. I believe Tocha signed a deal, and her and Rocky was up to some old sneaky bullshiggity, because they ended up meeting with somebody about a record deal for Tocha. And guess what, honey? They wanted to use Miss Kandi Burruss to do it. See, now they got this show on Bravo, and that's a check. And I think Rocky and Tocha both feel like Kandi owes them something. I think Tocha feels like she doesn't have the career that Kandi has. And Kandi is supposed to be where she is at. When Todd talked to Kandi, he hit everything on the head, but we'll get back into that, okay? We will cross that bridge when we get to it. TAMIKA got to telling Tiny and Kandi, the person that I was talking to on that couch that looks like my sister, that's not my sister. I don't know who that person is. TAMIKA, you are finally seeing your family for who and what they are. Like, Latasha is very toxic. Like, whenever she comes on the screen, you guys, I cringe. She is her husband's puppet. Like, he definitely controls the strings. He controls everything in their marriage and their relationship. Like, we saw that when he got in that confessional with her. Like, I was cringing. I was like, ugh, like, get up off of her. It's not love, girl. Just because you've been with somebody for over 20 plus years, that don't mean shit. Okay? We see Tocha and Rocky having a conversation about TAMIKA, and Tasha's just like, how dare she keep accusing us of stealing money from her? It didn't happen. We even saw Tocha telling the producers that, TAMIKA is a liar. This is what she does. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, TAMIKA did lie on Kandi back in the day, and Kandi, sleeping with everybody, allegedly. That's one thing, but I believe TAMIKA when it comes to this. Like, the mother told it all when she told the cameras to get up out of her house. Like, child, why would TAMIKA lie about something like this? Okay, she was distraught. She was very emotional, crying uncontrollably, like screaming, yelling. Like, it was way too much emotion for her to be, like, lying. And what did you see from Tocha and the mother? They were nonchalant, passive-aggressive. That's another thing I see in Tocha. Like, she just has, like, this negative, toxic, jealous spirit. I think she's very jealous and competitive when it comes to Kandi. She tried to make it look like, from, day one, her and Kandi butted heads, which Kandi admitted to on her speak on it. But Kandi said, I'm not her storyline. Her storyline is with her and her sister and her mother. And Kandi was just saying on her speak on it, I don't like it how she tried to be manipulative and make it seem like, me and her got issues. I guess it was some stuff that didn't make it to the show, and she was saying to Kandi, and Kandi was confused. Like, girl, me and you, we don't never talk. I guess Tocha was making it look like her and Kandi still had to talk about some things. Kandi, like, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I think that y'all need to just ditch Tocha. I really do. I think she is the cancer that is going to break up this phenomenal group. I don't care how good she sound. Tocha don't sound that good no more. Y'all still got TAMIKA. TAMIKA can do what Tocha can do. Tocha can sing, don't get me wrong, but TAMIKA can do what Tocha can do, if not more. And without all this nasty passive aggressive attitude that Tocha has. Like Tocha, in my opinion, even though she has lost weight and she's more in shape now, to me she comes off like she has low self-esteem. And to me, she comes off like she defines herself through her marriage. Like, oh, I'm married to Rocky for over 20 plus years. I'm going to do the birthday reading, honey. I'm going to read the girls down, honey. Like, no one does it, honey, like Miss Robinson, okay? But that's what I get with Tocha. Just like this negative, like, spirit, this negative energy comes from her. Tamika plays a voicemail of her mother yelling at her, talking about she's gonna kick her behind if she keeps going around lying on her sister. And, Kandi and Tiny is just looking at it like, wow, that is crazy. Tamika breaks down crying. I just want to hug Tamika, you guys. I feel so bad for her, like so bad. And you could see it in Tamika's eyes, like all of this is a realization of like, dang, look at who my mother is. Like, now I'm really seeing my mother for who and what she is. She ain't about shit. My sister ain't about nothing, like child, they need to get rid of Tocha. I'm just gonna say it. Rocky is all up in Tasha's ear, like Kandi said. And I think Kandi said it on her speak on it, and she said it on here. All he do is get up in her ear, and Tocha act like she can't make no decisions without him. Like she can't think for herself. Okay, I hope she ain't a Letitia Scott, honey. Miss Codependent. She ain't got her own brain. Okay, they are giving that, honey. Okay, to me, they look worse than Marceau and Tisha. And that says a lot. Okay. Child, did y'all see that part with LELE's sister and she got to talking about the coffee and how she was like, they got coffee in bags now? She was like, no, I don't want this. This is tea. LELE was like, girl, they got coffee in bags now. And then she said it looks a little weak. Girl, you better put some, sugar and water and cream up in there and get on. We see LELE, she gets to talking about her struggles coming up and how she had her 2 children. And I think she left New York sometime after her mom passed and moved to Atlanta with her children. We see Taj and Tamika, they get together and, Tamika says she's very excited about working with SWV and, them putting together a show together. But this drama with her mother and her sister, it's really draining her. It's really bothering her. Taj hugs her and, she's just like, girl, you got a lot, going on and I feel bad for you. Taj even said in her confessional, she feels like the mother needs to get out of the way of these 2 sisters. She kind of feels like she's the cancer in their relationship. But I say Tamika need to get rid of her mother and her sister because I don't really feel, guys, they are going to change. I don't think they really wish Tamika well. Like when you gaslight somebody and make them question and doubt their reality, you don't really love them. You invalidate their feelings. Like somebody that loves you, I don't care who or what they are to you, they wouldn't behave that way with you. Tamika tells Taj that she followed her sister for a number of years. Like she just took her sister's side all the time. And Tamika says she did that to get her mom's love, to get her approval. And, when she did that, her mother did treat her the right way. And that's so not right. That is so toxic, Tamika. You deserve better. Okay. And I just felt bad for Tamika because every time she talks about her mom and her sister, like she's breaking down, crying. And, that's not a healthy state to be in, but I understand. Next, we see Tiny. She gets to talking about how her and Kandi wrote No Scrubs for TLC. I love that song. I had no idea that they wrote that together. Especially back then when those scrubs came out. I knew, once Kandi got on Housewives. But yeah, I was shocked by that. I always thought that TLC wrote that. But yeah, Tiny says she started to see some real money once they wrote that song. And I remember, you guys, I don't think they was out at that time. And y'all know Kandi and Tiny, they would do a lot of writing for different artists. So they made the bulk of their money like that. So we see we see Tiny. Damn. Making drinks for all the girls, honey. Okay. TAMIKA, I believe she gets there first. Then Kandi comes in. Tiny is hoping to get Tocha and TAMIKA on the same page. We see Tocha coming in, being the dark cloud of the day, honey. Okay. Like I keep telling y'all, I think they should get rid of her or replace her. Well, don't replace anybody, but just be a threesome. Tocha, we see her in her confessional saying that she's still not over all the stuff that TAMIKA is saying. You better get over it, honey, okay? And give TAMIKA her money back. That's the only thing that's going to shut her up. So you and Rocky, y'all need to get to writing a check. She says that the meeting is just too soon. And honey, your group members, they trying to get to the bag. They ain't got time to be babysitting you and your feelings and you and the fact that you can't take any responsibility and accountability for you or your husband's behavior. Honey, they ain't got time for that. Okay. Tocha is definitely giving the first floor. Okay, letting that man run her. Now she disrespectful and nasty and spiteful when it come to everybody. Because you didn't use Kandi, girl. You used her to get this deal, I believe. Because it was Kandi that got you a bag on this show. Okay, she got all of y'all this deal with Bravo. Y'all got this show because of Kandi. So let's be clear. Tocha says she is here, honey, out of her love for Tiny. But isn't it funny that it was Tiny's mother that told your sister that y'all was the one, taking her money? Okay, that's what's so interesting. Kandi tells Tocha to, start the meeting up, and Tocha talking about, well, I don't know how to start. Tiny said that they need to talk about management. Kandi said that they need management that everybody feels comfortable with. I guess the management team they have now were picked out by Rocky and Tocha, who wouldn't even I wouldn't let them make a dental or a doctor's appointment for me. So, child, y'all need to get up out of that. Kandi, I can't believe you agreed to that, honey, okay? Tiny feels like with the verses that they did with SWV, she just felt like so many more opportunities should have came their way, and it didn't come their way. Because Tocha is not about business. Tocha is all about Tocha. That's why, and Kandi said that on her speak on it, she feel like anytime Tocha has the chance to go solo, she always has to treat the ladies like they are beneath her. She begins acting funny, selfish, narcissistic. She's just all about herself. And Kandi said on her speak on it that this is the same Tocha from back in the day. So before they broke up and she was about to go solo, she was treating them like that then. Now she's doing the same bullshiggity now. That's why I said she's the cancer of the group, and I would be done with her. Because people don't change like that. Like for Kandi to point out that this girl did this already back in the day, she gonna keep doing the same thing. So Kandi and Tiny get to asking Tasha, you know, well, how do you feel about everything that we're talking about? And Tasha's just like, I'm just hearing everybody out. I'm going to pray on it, AKA, I'm going to go to my husband, Mr. Ike Turner, and ask him, what you think about this, Ike? Okay. Tasha ends up opening up after Kandi pushes her, honey. And she says, I feel like this group is dysfunctional. We don't hold ourselves accountable for the things we do. I'm like, you need to make an I statement. You don't hold yourself accountable for what you do. And you look like the only dysfunctional one. Okay, you look like the only one that's not happy in your marriage. I don't know, you guys, like when Rocky like was in that confessional whispering to her and she got to like looking like a deer in headlights, it was very like weird, and it was giving Miss Robinson a Lifetime movie. Okay. Tasha feels like they have a whole bunch of issues. They keep sweeping them under the rug. Tiny says, yeah, but I don't want to keep rehashing the same old thing either. I keep telling y'all what y'all need to do. Y'all need to get rid of this hussy because, you know, she ain't good for the group. She is not for the betterment of the group. Tasha is all about herself, and she feels like she's better than everybody. I can totally like see that with her. She has like this chip on her shoulder. And it's coming out. Tiny gets to saying there's sisterly love here. There's nothing gonna change that. TAMIKA says to Tasha, why you still mad at me? And really, it should be TAMIKA that's so upset and hurt and distraught from seeing Tasha, right? But no, when you're dealing with toxic people, you gotta be the bigger person. Tasha dismisses TAMIKA. We not finna do this. Our mother ain't here. What you need your mother around for? Like, girl, that's how you could tell her and her mother have a codependent relationship. Like, you can't have a conversation, a real conversation with your sister in front of your group members. You just want to save that for when y'all are around your mother. Okay? Behavior, I keep telling y'all, reflects intentions. That's her intention, to get with her mother and gang up on her sister. Okay, her teammate is not here to do that, so she shut that down. Tasha ends up calling their mother my mama, okay, and then TAMIKA was like, you mean ours, right? And Tasha, well, that's what I said. I'm correcting myself. Girl, shut up. TAMIKA ends up calling out Tasha like, you're just not yourself anymore. I don't know who you are. Tasha says, oh, wow. Well, enough said. Like, very passive aggressive, very dismissive. I do not like her personality type because she's a toxic person. I could just tell. TAMIKA says in her confessional she misses the old Tasha growing up. They were like two peas in a pod. So out the blue, Latasha gets up to walk out. Tiny says she's going to walk her outside. Kandi says, we really not done having a conversation. You know, we not done handling business. Tasha says her and TAMIKA need to talk first. Then Kandi says, well, we'll let y'all talk first and then we'll get together with SWV about, you know, when we go try to do this show. Tasha tells Tiny outside, until my sister gets it together with my mom, I'm done fooling with her. She gets to telling Tiny, I don't care about no money that's on the table. You know, all of this has to be handled with our mother first. Now back to my girl COKO, okay, which is the reason why y'all even getting this review, because I love this lady so much. So talented, so beautiful. I love her personality. Yes, honey, COKO has said that she is bipolar. It's okay, COKO, honey. Okay, Miss Robinson works in the mental health industry, honey. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with it. She gets to talking about growing up and how her mother thought that SWV was going to be a gospel group, and then when they finally got signed, she had to tell her mother that they're going to be singing R&B. And y'all know, growing up, COKO's mother rarely allowed her to listen to anything besides just gospel, right? No R&B, no rap, hip hop, nothing. So, child, COKO said her mother started to support her, like being a singer in SWV, once she bought her a car. I said, oh, I bet. And shout out to my homegirl, Pam, who, when I go visit her, she has all her dogs out. And that's what it was like at COKO's house. It's like all these dogs coming out of everywhere. That is so crazy. So we see Kandi in the studio with the producer, and then we see LaTosha and Rocky. So Tasha and Rocky at the table praying. It looked like she halfway didn't want to pray, just put her head down and eat. I said, ain't nothing but the devil, honey. But she get to talking about how Kandi would always have an attitude with her about singing lead on the songs. Kandi was the one that had the issue with her about to go solo. Nobody else had a problem. And then all of a sudden, once her solo project, I guess, was shelved, Kandi ended up coming out with her solo project. So she tried to allude to the fact that Kandi was competing with her. I do not agree with that. I don't think any of that is true. I think this woman is very jealous of Kandi Burruss, and she wants Kandi Burruss's career. Period. Because look at where Kandi ended up, and look at where you're still trying to get to. And you're getting to where you are going right now off of Kandi's dime, off of her relationship with Bravo, her being a housewife of Atlanta. So, girl, you really need to quit. Kandi addressed all of this on her Speak On It. Kandi also pointed out all the songs on the albums that they had where she sung lead. And she's just like, Tasha makes it a big deal that, you know, she would sing lead on songs. And I sung probably a lot more leads than she ever did. And, you know, she pointed all of that out. I believe it. I believe Kandi is a dope writer. This is the thing, though. I think Tasha has the better voice, but Kandi's voice on certain songs is not bad, and Kandi's pen game is phenomenal. She can write really good for herself and others. So, and Kandi is likable. Tasha, you are not. Your spirit, girl, it is tainted. And this man that you keep trying to perform holy matrimony with, he fake too. I wouldn't be shocked if he's cheating on you. I don't wish any of this, you guys, on Tasha, but I've seen women like her, and they man is always like playing them for a fool. And you sitting up here acting like this man's puppet. Like, girl, bye. Okay? We see Todd in the studio talking to Kandi and the producer, and Todd hit the nail on the head. Tasha can't get over who Kandi has become. You can walk away. You can drop the mic. Like when he said that, it was like, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Like Todd sees it clear as day. And y'all know I can drag Todd. But when Todd is right, Todd is right. Okay? And that's what it is. So the last scene is the last scene. We see Rocky and Tasha. They get together with these people that I guess is going to be giving her a record deal. I guess she's going to be doing a gospel album. It turns out she hasn't told the girls anything, and she did that bullshiggity on purpose. Then her stupid husband, I didn't know either. I assumed she told them. You knew damn well she didn't tell them. You about as fake as your wife. Okay, she sung a little something. She sounded dry to me, honey. Okay, like, girl, Run away from us with this, Latasha, okay? I don't care what Latasha does, you guys. She has the wrong spirit, the wrong attitude. She need to get that hate up out of her heart. She need to be thanking Kandi for yet another job to help her pay her bills, okay? Your husband need to be thanking Kandi too, because to me, he like to gossip with you about Kandi when Kandi is helping his ass too get some money. Because I know he's your manager, and so I already know she, giving that man money. She gave him Tamika's money, allegedly, honey. But you didn't hear it from Miss Robinson, okay? But yeah, even the people that she's getting this record deal from, they're kind of looking at them, a certain kind of way, but she get to saying, yeah, it's important for me to come out with a solo project because, you don't always get to be who you truly are, when you are in a group. And I'm like, that's some bullshiggity. Okay. You just fake as hell. Okay. And you don't own your ish. So that's why you having problems doing that boo-boo oatmeal pie face. So the episode, you guys, pretty much went off, and it kind of ended with, I guess, the record deal guy saying to Tocha, what does this mean for Xscape? And she's just like, I don't know what this means for Xscape. Tocha, you did this shady, sneaky, covert, passive-aggressive bullshiggity. You did all of this behind the girl's back intentionally. Okay? And I like that man pointed that out. He said, was this intentional for you not to tell them? Yeah, it was. Because you are one of those people, you like to bring on and be the element of surprise. Okay, and she's behaving like this, you guys, because she feels inferior. People don't act like this when they have high self-esteem, when they have confidence. It's when they are low in confidence and low in self-esteem. Okay? And you need to stop blaming Kandi for why you are not where you need to be in the singing world, in your career. You need to quit that. And then did y'all catch when she said, well, I got God and I got my man. And see, you one of them women. Long as I got some raggedy man that's, he's upholding your bullshiggity. He's not keeping you honest. He ain't holding you accountable and responsible for your actions. A real man makes you better. One thing I will give Kandi and Todd over her and Rocky is I think that Todd has it in him to, tell Kandi the truth about certain things. I don't see that with Tasha and Rocky. I just don't. So, girl, that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Y'all get down in the comments. Let Miss Robinson know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.